This is the Jay Pitt Show.
If a new agent, Jay, wanted to post Instagram Reels for 30 days straight,
Okay.
what type of content do you think they should post?
That's a great question. I think one thing, I mean, you could just look at our content, and I think a good bit of it could be, like ripped off and duplicated, frankly. Hannah does the meme. Those are the easiest with the templates.
Yeah.
On
Let's do like an agent face. Let's say it has to be agent facing. Agent has to be in it, or their voice has to be in it.
So the agent has to be in it.
Those are good.
Yeah.
I think they are better for more established agents.
It's better for me talking to agents than it is for agents talking to clients.
Yeah.
Because but I mean, but know yourself. If you're funny and you can come up with some good copy to go along with it, okay, and your people know who you are. But I agree with you. Your face needs to be in it primarily. And every day for 30 days may not be challenging, but every day for 365 days, 5 days a week, year round, you're going to start scraping the barrel, and you got to find a way to fill days to have continuity. Okay, and that's a good way based on ease of production. Okay, so here's what I would do. I would do a lot of reaction videos, like Stitch style, TikToks, and educate. There's plenty of messages out there that are false or misleading surrounding the real estate space. Just debunk. Just clip, 30 seconds and talk for 30 seconds and give a reaction to something that you don't feel like is right about where the market is. You could do house tours. I think those
are so easy, man.
Yeah.
And I just posted one today, and I'm going to start trying to do more of them where it's just your voice in it.
That's it. You forward face the camera and you walk through a listing and take clips of videos and then do voiceover and drop some graphics on the screen and it's really easy to have kind of a script of things that you definitely want to touch on, certain pieces of information about the house. And I think that works really, really well. Your face is not in that necessarily, but you could superimpose your graphic in the bottom left.
Yeah. And honestly, like if you don't even want your voice to be in it, Connell, man, he crushes it with his house tour videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, they're getting 30, 40. He has almost 17,000 Instagram followers.
Yeah.
I went and looked at it the other day, and, I was doing a house tour video. My voice was in it, but I was, looking at, how does he shoot these? What way does he go? I go and look at other agents who do these kind of things before I do it. I have an idea of how I want to do it, but there's nothing better than learning from other people.
Sure.
And rip stuff off. That's what everybody in any marketing industry does, is rip stuff off from other people or use pieces here and there.
That's it.
And just put it together.
People take aversion to that whole rip off and duplicate kind of concept. In my opinion, there's never been a thing that I've ripped off that I haven't made my own.
Yeah.
It's too easy to add one wrinkle, do one thing slightly different than that person and make it your own. I mean, I'm looking at Sam Stone's Louisville KY Real Estate. He does a ton of house tours.
Yep.
I mean, he's got one.
I looked at his before I did mine.
Yeah, he's got one that's 100,000 views. Some
they're obviously going to do better when you have super flashy properties.
Yeah, and that wasn't his listing, but that's fine.
Yeah.
He gets permission from other agents to go do these videos, which is not the hardest thing in the world to do. Just a quick phone call gives you a reason to network with the agent. I don't think it really showcases the property in the way that the listing agent typically wants. So maybe you get some resistance, but if you ask enough times, you're going to get enough yeses. And look for great listings to do. He's got almost 10,000 followers on Instagram, so it's going to get some views. Like I said, I'm sure the owner of that home is not disappointed that they got 100,000 views. No. So whatever the listing agent did, or didn't do, I mean, I think they get some credit for it.
It's probably going to be easier to get yeses when the house is vacant.
Totally. But it's also less compelling to shoot.
Yeah,
but
unless it's staged.
Unless it's staged, which is possible, especially at the higher end. But yeah, I would do a lot of reaction videos. I think that's a great thing. Glossary, as boring as it sounds, glossary videos. We started doing those. We probably actually ought to go back to it. It's really easy to pull down a real estate glossary online, just for ideas. And then I didn't even use the definitions provided from the ones. I just found the terms that I wanted to do. And I'd go through and I'd pick I'd pick one term per video, and I would just do a 60-second video explaining what this word means. Because we, as real estate agents, use a language that lay people don't use. Normal people don't understand real estate lingo. Okay, so if you can come up with a list of words that you can say and then explain to the consumer, you can get a lot of views. And again, forward facing. I think one of my most highly viewed videos is what is a broker? What is a real estate broker? And I have to go back and look at my because it's not a pinned video. Okay, I don't have any likes on it right now.
I think videos even like, and I have some of these filmed. I'm waiting to post them, but just showing here's what the MLS is. Like, you might hear me talking about it sometimes, but your clients have no idea what the MLS is, and it's me going through my laptop, and it's tagline I'm going to use is something with comparing it to Zillow, like this isn't average Zillow. I don't know what it's going to be, but like, hey, this is what agents use. You use Zillow. Here's everything I have access to.
Right.
Or here's our Supra lock boxes. This is how we get into a house and how we open it. Here's how I schedule a showing. Here's showing time.
People are curious about stuff like that. Believe it or not. I mean, a lot of the public can see themselves as real estate agents. They have a lot of appreciation for what the job is. They may not have appreciation for real estate agents based on their experience. But what we do, it's not easy. It's not difficult to get people excited about this.
There was a whole TV show, like how something's made. You remember that? That was on TV. It's like they had an episode of how are bouncy balls made, and I watched it for an hour.
Yeah. I mean, this video right here is the one it's 68,900 views. It's literally titled, "What is a real estate broker?"
I'll tell you, I think those videos you do, they're better when you're standing up like that.
Oh, standing up. See, what we found often, Ryan, is I don't feel like I'm as good when I'm facing the camera. So what we started doing now, this is a little behind the scenes, is our reaction videos. In a lot of cases, it's like I'm having a conversation with Hannah off camera. And so I'm not looking dead at the camera. I'm looking like just slightly off. And we're very much more conversational because I have a hard time delivering a script and staying on message when I'm staring a hole into the camera.
I've heard a tip on that, and I have it on my camera now, not on my iPhone, but if you just put like a little bullseye on where to look at the camera, that way, you're focused on it and your eyes aren't really wandering. Because if you try to just look at the camera, like you're not really sure where to look. There's not really like a place to pinpoint your view. So if you put like a little red dot or just something that, hey, I know this is what I'm supposed to be looking at, it can make it easier. Like I heard a lot of vloggers do it when they're doing their videos, walking around, they have something on their camera.
So you don't like me sitting down. Hannah, have we heard this before? Feedback from anybody else? This is different. I'm sitting there scrolling through looking at my videos where I'm sitting. I didn't necessarily think it was we're sitting right now.
I know.
All right. I'm gonna have to think about this. I have to think about this. Ryan's just made me self-conscious. Think about that. I sound self-conscious, don't I?
The only other place I made you feel self-conscious is on the golf course.
On the golf course, I definitely feel self-conscious playing golf with you. Definitely like reaction videos. Love the glossary idea. Love the house tour idea. We do 5 videos a week, and we are kind of formulaic. So what we have memes, we have meeting cuts. Okay, so that's either team meeting or Friday roundtable, which we try to do 2 of those a week. Is that right? And then we have podcast clips that we take from this, and we try to do what, 2 of those or 1 of those? 1 of those, and what's the 5th video? And reaction videos. Okay, so we try to, when we film, usually minimum of 5, but preferably more like 8 or 10, and then she's good for a while. And so then we mix those in so there's some variety. We never do the same. We try really hard not to do the same type 2 days in a row. So that would be my advice as well, is have enough to where you can cycle and rotate to where you're not putting out the same style of video every day.
Yeah. I think, people's like, just post anything for 30 days about real estate. Like, I think no. Like, if you're going to do it for 30 days, you might as well try to do it the right way.
Well, and habits are built, right? You're looking to develop a positive habit. Well, if you're going to develop a habit, develop a good habit. Like don't just like mail it in to have something posted. I mean, I don't care if you're Glenda Baker and you're doing your posts from the Porsche or whatever. If that's your thing, right? And really all that is just stream of consciousness, like live style. It's not live, but it's like she just turns the camera and talks to the camera on a mount in her car about whatever she's thinking about in terms of real estate right then. And it goes on for a couple minutes, and that's literally one of her pieces of content that she puts out regularly. Now she has really highly produced content and has millions of followers. So obviously, that's not it, but that I think is achieving that. I'm showing them I'm a real person too. I think if you're just getting started, you don't probably have that high production quality problem to where everything is highly stylized and you're not like running the risk of not being a normal person. So, but still, you still got to mix it up. Yeah, still got to mix it up and do what works for you.